be having a drink with you, would it now?
What's taking him so long?
I don't know.
Should I go in?
No, not yet.
Look, I can get you money. Anything you want.
Oh, it's not what I want. It's what Allison wants. Insatiable lady, your wife.
You'll never get away with it. They'll find out.
Oh, I don't think so. Simple breaking and entering, it happens every day. All I have to do is jimmy the lock when I leave. Well, let's not drag this thing out, okay?
Please.
Did I touch those tapes? I have to wipe them.
Tried to kill me.
Oh, my God.
You know him, don't you?
Yes.
He said the two of you were lovers.
Arthur, I haven't seen him for months.
You're lying. You wanted him to murder me.
What?
You left the door unlocked. You brought the gun downstairs.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we were lovers, but I told him I never wanted to see him again. Is he dead?
I don't know. Who are you calling?
The police.
Are you out of your mind?
Arthur, we have to report it.
Don't you understand? I shot him.
I know you shot him. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
That's not the point.
Arthur. Arthur, what's wrong? Arthur. I'll get your medicine. Get your medicine.
Good show. My compliments. The hand on the shoulder was a marvelous touch.
What?
But then, I thought I was rather convincing myself. Unless you think all that lurching about was overdone. I'll tell you one thing. Dying is hard on the throat.
You knew?
Well, of course course I knew, but that doesn't detract from your performance. I'd give up those coffee commercials if I were you and concentrate on bigger things. Take my word for it, those reviews of your play were unfair. Anytime you need a testimonial...
Shut up! Watch your manners, Mr. Weston. You're in a great deal of trouble.
Come in, darling. Come in. I see you forgot my medicine. Oh, well, that's all right. I've made a miraculous recovery.
How?
What difference does it make? He knows.
You must have given it away.
He knew before I even got here.
Well, now, don't be critical, Allison. You'll shatter his romantic illusions. And he followed your game plan perfectly. Although she should have told you, I do 100 push-ups every day. I'm afraid I disappointed you when I didn't drop dead by the pool.
Now, you're enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh, immensely. Oh, you would have been proud of him. He was brilliant. Except when he let me take the gun. That needs some restaging. But it was necessary, wasn't it? I was supposed to think I shot you, and if that didn't do me in, there was always your return from the grave. And what were you going to do after I expired? Call the paramedics and weep over my unexpected coronary?
Something like that.
You'd send him home first, of course, and then you'd clean up this mess. Really, Allison, I'm impressed. Very ingenious.
How did you find out?
You ignored the first rule of infidelity, darling. Never cheat on a man who employs a private detective.
Eddie.
Told me about you months ago.
But you never mentioned it.
Well, I was much too fascinated by your, what shall I call it, curious behavior. The sudden interest in my health, the questions about our stock holdings, the tearful requests for a gun because of all the robberies in the neighborhood. That's when I started listening in on your phone calls.
Then you knew it was going to be tonight.
Well, I had a reasonable assumption, particularly when the gun moved itself downstairs and Martha acquired a sick sister. Then there was your last-minute business appointment.
Why are we standing around here listening to this?
Good question. I don't even know why you're here. So why don't you get the hell out of my house before I call the police and have you charged with attempted murder?
You better go.
I'm not leaving you here alone with him.
She'll manage.
You know, it could still work. Not the heart attack part, but the breaking and entering.
I wondered when you'd think of that.
Why couldn't we?
Not very adept when you're doing your own planning, are you? Tell the man no, Allison, and tell him why.
Gil, if we do anything now, I don't have an alibi.
That's one reason. Here's another. Read it. Out loud. Your partner in crime might be interested.
To the authorities. If anything happens to me, including my death by natural causes, it will be as a result of a plot between my wife and her loved one.
You'll notice that's a carbon copy. The original is with my publisher, to be opened and read if I'm not alive and kicking tomorrow morning.
What do we do?
If I were you, I'd beat a hasty retreat. Unless you want me to make a call.
Come with me.
No. Look, I'll be all right. You go on home. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Is it? Do we kiss and make up? Do we fight? Or do you tell me how sorry you are?
Why did you let us go through with it?
It all comes down to money, darling, and leverage. I want to be rid of you just as much as you want to be rid of me, but I don't want to pay for the privilege. Beginning to make sense?
I think so.
You'll get your divorce. But you'll waive all rights to alimony, community property, or any kind of settlement. No house, no car, not a penny. You'll leave this marriage the same way you came in.
I don't think I like those conditions.
But we both...